All right, so Derek Carr and Justin Herbert battled it out last Sunday, and Justin Herbert got the best out of Derek Carr. Derek Carr had 4 turnovers, and they lost the game 24-19. I actually have Derek Carr winning MVP, and Coach Coombs has Justin Herbert as a third best quarterback in the NFL. So we're going to talk about who's going to have the better season. So we're going to start with you, Coach. Who's going to have a better season, Justin Herbert or Derek Carr?
I do believe it's going to be Justin Herbert. I think the offense is. Mm, I, I want to use the word efficient, but I mean, so is the Ravens. The Raiders have an efficient offense as well. Maybe it's the chemistry because it's the same offensive weapons. It's the same guys, so everybody knows their job better than they did last year. Um, like I can even piggyback off of him possibly getting MVP this year, or being a candidate at best for MVP this year because I think that offense is going to be that prolific. He came in the game with 3 touchdowns. That's his average. His average is 3 plus a game. That's what this kid does. I think his yardage might have been the lowest for how many touchdowns he threw. It was a small sample because they didn't need to do too much. It's almost like they were always in good field position. It wasn't too many times they had long drives down the field. I like the fact that their young weapons stepped up when Keenan Allen went down, when Mike Williams was a no-show for 3 quarters. 3 quarters, my guy. But this ain't the segment for you, so I'm gonna leave you alone. But he was able to find everybody else. That's the one thing that I loved the best about that game was where he needed to go, he went. The defense for the Chargers got better, so I can't say the Raiders aren't that same, but that's a lot of new pieces. So when I say a lot of new pieces, Hunter Renfro's still there, Waller's still there, but now you've added Devontae Adams, and that throws a wrench because you have to figure out now where do I want to go consistently. Like it can't always be Devontae Adams, and Hunter Renfro was barely looked at. They have to find a better balance, but it's week 1. I think the Raiders have plenty of time with the schedule that they have to get a better balance than what they had in this game. I didn't like their rush game at all. Jacobs was a no-show. I mean, you got to think you got 3 guys on this team that they didn't get their contracts, options. So they pretty much playing on their last leg. And the safety showed up. I think the D lineman showed up a little bit, but there was no Jacobs. So they do need a better run game. That run game is going to need to be efficient for them to win more because they can't just base it off all the passing. They got to be able to do a both balanced offense. But I think Carr, honestly, he's going to have a good season. I think 30, maybe 35 touchdowns. I don't see more than that if he gets that high. But I don't think – and this doesn't take him out of the playoffs. It don't take the Raiders out of the playoffs or anything like that. But I do think that Justin Herbert is going to have a better season. And it's sad too, right? Because I'm going to tell you what's funny. I have Justin Herbert as a quarterback having a better season, but I got the Raiders in the playoffs, and I don't have the Chargers in the playoffs. And that is because I have the Chargers they have a more difficult season than the Raiders do. But efficiently as a quarterback, I think that Herbert will probably have a better season than Carr.
All right, so I'm going with Derek Carr, obviously, because I believe Derek Carr will win MVP this year. Now, I will give you this. The reason why the Raiders lost that game was because of Derek Carr. It was Derek Carr's fault. But it's week 1, and if I remember the last 2 MVPs, Aaron Rodgers, he had 2 back-to-back bad game 1s last year and the year before last, and even this year. And I remember and then also what gives me hope with Derek Carr against these Chargers, he turned the ball over 4 times, and he fumbled 1 time and lost. He fumbled twice and lost 1. That was the defense. But those 3 interceptions, open, bad throw. The first one he threw with Waller was ahead of both of those defenders. underthrew him touchdown. Devontae Adams
He
would have
underthrew
scored.
Devontae too.
Devontae would have scored. Devontae was in the end zone,
And he
underthrown.
underthrew him. Yep.
And then Hunter Winfrey, all your key receivers, Hunter Winfrey coming across, underthrew, threw it behind them, interception. With all that being said, they still lost by 5, had the opportunity to win that game in the fourth quarter.
That's very
You know
true.
what I'm thinking about? Last year when Patrick Mahomes did the same exact thing. He threw 3 interceptions and they had 4 turnovers against that same team Chargers, and the Chargers had to convert on a 4th down just to win the game.
Bills had a horrible week. Bills had a horrible week 1 last year and made it to the AFC Championship game.
So right. Derek Carr 22 for 37, 295 yards, 2 TDs, 3 picks. I mean, those 3 picks were horrible.
I'll be honest with you. His numbers were just about the same as Herbert.
Exactly.
They were almost identical. You were right. The only difference is Herbert don't throw he don't turn the ball over too much.
Herbert's talented, man.
And I think one credit, his offensive line is amazing. He didn't get sacked one time in that game.
He's super talented, man. It was one time when they had his legs and he still threw.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. He stepped over. He let them have it, but was able to still push that ball off. He got away, but it's like, yeah, they had his legs for a second.
And it was in like tight coverage, and it was an accurate pass. Like the dude is nice. So now I'm not saying Carr is better than Justin Herbert. I'm not saying that. Justin Herbert's a better talent. I give you that. But I think Carr had a better season because I think they will be the best team in that division. I also think Carr gonna have the numbers because he just had better weapons. You know, you down on Mike Williams. You know, Keenan Allen, he's still tough, but he's old. I mean, look,
he's old now. Yeah, he started to show. Eventually, it was going to show.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's like comparing Cousins to A-Rod. That's disrespectful right there. Cousins and nah, I'm not gonna say that. But Derek Carr has way more weapons. He has the best receiver in the league, Devontae Adams, he might not say it, but he's gonna put extra efforts than this year because Justin Jefferson is coming for that title, and he's not gonna let that happen. So he's gonna try to up Justin Jefferson this year.
Do it.
Oh yeah, I think Devontae gonna.
What I saw Justin Jefferson do against the so-called best defensive Packers have had since their Super Bowl, he whooped their ass by himself.
He did, but Devontae also had a good game too. Devontae had 141 yards.
He did. I want to say all the top receivers in week 1 had a great week.
They did. So my thing is, Derek Carr have a better season because he have better weapons. Devontae is going to be the best. I believe he's going to have, like, as far as stat wise, he's going to have the best numbers as far as receivers. And then he also got Darren Waller, who's a mismatch for anybody. I mean, Darren Waller is a beast. And you got Hunter Winfrey still, and Josh Jacobs. He played good. He had 10, but they were behind, so they had to throw the ball a million times. Because I think he had it was like a Zeke Elliott situation, 10 rushes, like 55 yards, something like that. But I think Derek Carr is going to have a better season and win MVP. I still believe that, even though they lost game 1, like I said, it reminds me of Patrick Mahomes having all those interceptions and still almost winning the game.
Oh, you're right, Carl. That was the second round. My bad.
Oh, yeah, second round. Yeah, against the Chiefs. Chiefs win against the Bengals.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going with Derek Carr. But Justin Herbert, man, he is talented. I get it. Like I said, like he's Luka of football. Like Luka Doncic is like he has talent. He's good. Yeah, J.C. Jackson, he did not play. But we're talking about Devontae Adams. Do we care who's playing? Like, for real? Like, I'm not even being funny. These today cornerbacks, do it really matter who's guarding Devontae Adams? He's gonna get his regardless.
Not after what I saw him put a double move on no boy and made that boy do a whole spin around. That was Devontae, nasty. He looked like he was barely moving.
There's not a cornerback in this league today that's a Revis. Now, you would have said they didn't have Revis, Joe, then yeah, I'd be like, all right, Devontae, you gotta go to work. I mean, this is Revis. But ain't no cornerback in today's NFL that's going to stop Devontae Adams.
Nope.
I'm just saying, So yeah, but yeah, 3 picks he had 3 picks, not because of great cornerback play. It was underthrown passes. He had
underthrown passes. They were all underthrown. All of those picks were all underthrown.
I should have.
And that's footage. Timing. That's chemistry and timing is all that is.
I should have had footage ready, but man, I think I got some right here. Hold on, man. I got some right here. This first, here we go, right here. Look at this right here. It's the intro. I gotta turn the volume on. Look at this. This is underthrown. Oh damn, I think I messed up. Hold up. Oh yeah, I messed up. This is underthrown. This is underthrown, Matt. Tell me it's not underthrown right here. Look at that. Waller is wide open.
Yep, wide open.
Waller is wide open. Look, he beat both of the
No,
DBs. He underthrew
no
him like
trajectory
crazy.
on that ball.
But this
And that's
right here by
chemistry.
Justin Herbert,
That's
man.
chemistry.
Ooh, this is pretty right here. This is right here was pretty, man. This is pretty.
That's
God,
what he do. That's what he do. That's what he
that was
do.
nice. That was nice. That was nice. That was nice. I give him that. Yeah. He said, no, I'm saying he threw 3 picks and they best corner ain't played. Yeah. I mean, all right. I'm not going to argue with Carr to the comments. Yeah. All right, man. So we're going to wrap this up. It's a good show. It's 8:30. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.